I bet a legacy of Angela Merkel is there's a lot of girls who watch Angela Merkel say, I too can have a position of responsibility and power, because she conducted herself with such dignity. So what are you?
President Bush, you have met Chancellor Angela Merkel so many times. Do you recall kind of a defining moment?
You know, the last time I saw her was defining because she flew all the way over to my dad's funeral. My whole family was there. And somebody said, Angela Merkel would like to call on you. And it just meant a lot. You know, I was very close to my dad. And the fact that she would take time to come really defined, I think, our relationship. She's a very thoughtful, kind person. I mean, Germany is a very close ally and a very important friend. Germany is really important for Europe. And Germany's got a lot of sway in terms of helping shape kind of world opinion on key issues. And therefore, it makes sense for a U.S. president to be close to the German chancellor. And even though Goeorge and I had disagreements on issues, we nevertheless were able to send the signal that U.S.-German relations were very important.
Talking about difficult relationships, what triggered Angela Merkel in Donald Trump and caused these harsh reactions? He once refused shaking her hand.
Yeah, that was just not a good period in German and U.S. relations.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's hard for me to guess why.
Talking about immigration, that was something which will define probably Angela Merkel's chancellery. What's your take on her reaction when she didn't close the borders and let in like 1 million or so refugees?
Yeah, you know, my first reaction was there's a woman with a big heart. And I'm sure she was motivated by human compassion. And, you know, it was clearly a tough political decision for her. But she took a lead. And the world needs leadership that has based upon principle, and that's what she did. And I know it costs political points, but it seems like she's doing pretty well.
Is it a mistake, the withdrawal?
You know, I think it is. Yeah, because I think the consequences are going to be unbelievably bad, and I'm sad. And Laura and I spend a lot of time with Afghan women, and they're scared. It's unbelievable how that society changed from the brutality of the Taliban. And now all of a sudden, you know, sadly, I'm afraid Afghan women and girls are going to suffer unspeakable harm.
Angela Merkel's relationship with Vladimir Putin is somewhat special. Sometimes it's really close, sometimes it's more confrontational. How do you see her relationship, or how did you see it when you were in office?
Well, first of all, I fully understood the importance of Russia to Germany. It's going to become more important as Germany relies upon Russian natural gas to power her big industrial economy, which I thought was a mistake. But you know, I didn't view it as you know, a diminution of our relationship because she had to deal with Vladimir Putin. I mean, I viewed it as very practical. I mean, Putin's got big influence, and he speaks German, and I wasn't, you know, look, he's wily, and he can be pretty tough, but so can Angela. So I wasn't worried about Putin running over Angela Merkel. She can hold her own, and I'm sure she did.
If you would write the history books, what would be your paragraph about Angela Merkel?
Angela Merkel brought class and dignity to a very important position, and made very hard decisions, and did so, though, with what's best for Germany, and did so based upon principle. Here's the thing that amazes me. 8 years in a democracy is a long time. I know full well. People get tired of you, and they were tired of Reagan after 8 years. They're darn sure tired of me after 8 years. And Angela Merkel has managed to survive in a pretty tough political environment for more than 8 years. And I think it reflects the German voters' trust. They may not agree with Angela, but they trust her. And they trust her most, first and foremost, because she's a good person.
You painted a portrait of her. I'm sure all that kind of is seen in this portrait. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the process and the picture itself.
Sure. Well, you know, I was a new painter, so I was a little worried about making sure I captured the person that I was trying to paint. And in Angela's case, I wanted to paint a kind person with a lovely soul. And that's the person I got to know. I mean, she's plenty tough in order to survive in what was a man's world, German politics, for a long time. She's got to be pretty tough. And she's resolute. But I also saw a side of her that was very compassionate and decent. And that's what I try to do in the portrait. I hope she likes it.
There is one image the world remembers of you and Angela Merkel, that's at the GA meeting in St. Petersburg when you were massaging her shoulders.
Oh, when I walked by and gave her...
Did you ever talk with her about it?
No. No, but if I need to, Angela, I'm sorry I did that and put you in the public spotlight. But on the other hand, it's a reflection of my friendship with you.